Hello, and welcome to How to Play Wizlords in Space Cosmic Card-tastrophe. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Zach.
And today we're going to be going over how to play a two-player game of Wizlords using the standard rules that offer the most balanced and tactical Wizlords experience. Let's just jump in right to the setup. In a standard game, each player starts with each of the 6 elemental wizard cards in your hand. The 6 elements being air, electric, fire, plant, stone, and water. You may come across additional wizard cards in your game, such as the Drinking Quest promotional wizards. Just place these off to the side for now, as they won't be used during the standard game. Next, take all of the spell cards and shuffle them into a face-down pile within reach of both players. Each player starts with 2 spell cards in their hand, so we're going to just draw those right now. Typically, you would keep your hand hidden from the other player, but just for the purposes of this video, for the first few turns, we will keep our hands completely visible. Next, make sure that all tokens are within reach of both players as well. You may wish to separate them out into individual piles, as we have here, but that is up to your preference. Lastly, take the oomph die and place the face-up value to 1 to start the game. Now that we have everything set up, we can dive right into playing. In Wizlords in Space, players alternate taking turns to work towards the ultimate goal of storing 6 oomph tokens to be declared the winner. Decide which player is going to take the first turn in whichever manner you see fit. In this case, I'm going to go first because we both know I'm going to win anyways. So, in Wizlords, turns are made up of 6 phases, starting with the draw phase, the play phase, the equip phase, the action phase, the power-up phase, and ending with the ready phase. So I'm going to start with the draw phase. In the draw phase, you start by drawing 1 spell card from the shared spell pile. Now, this currently brings me up to having 3 spell cards in my hand. Had this brought me to a 4th spell card, I would now need to discard 1. But since I am at 3, I can hold on to all of these 4 now. After you have drawn your spell card, you do have the option of discarding up to 2 of your spell cards in order to draw another one. So I'm going to do that right now, as I don't need either of these 2 spells in my hand for the moment. Now this is a spell that's much better suited to how I want to proceed, so I'm just going to stick with the 2 spells I have right now. If I want to, I could continue to discard spell cards until I only have 1 spell card in my hand. So that ends the draw phase. Now we move on to the play phase. In the play phase, you can play up to 2 wizard cards from your hand into the play area. Now, because this is the first turn, I am limited to only playing 1 card, which comes in ready and can act on this turn. But on a typical turn, you can play 2 wizard cards, the first coming in active and ready to be used this turn, the second coming in exhausted and unable to act until the next turn. But again, since this is the first turn, I can only play 1 wizard, and so I'm going to play the Stone Wizard. The Stone Wizard has come in ready, meaning that I can perform an action with them when we get to the action phase of my turn, but before we get there, we do need to go over the equip phase. During the equip phase, you can equip your in-play wizards with the spell cards from your hand. In this case, I'm going to equip the Stone Wizard with the Stonewall spell. Now, it's important to note that each spell card has 2 different spells on it. You can see that this spell card has the Stonewall spell up top here, but also the Drain spell on the flip side. Wizards can only be equipped with spells that match their element. In this case, the Stonewall spell can be used with the Stone Wizard because it uses the stone element. However, I could not equip the Stone Wizard with the Drain spell because the Drain spell is for the Electric Wizard. When equipping a wizard with a spell, just tuck the unused spell underneath the wizard card as such. That way you can still see the active spell that can now be used during the action phase. Wizards can only have 1 spell equipped at a time, so if I want to equip the Stone Wizard with a different spell, such as the Entrench spell on this card, I would simply discard the Stonewall spell from play, and then equip the Entrench spell as usual. With the spell equipped, I am ready to move into the action phase of my turn. During the action phase, you can use each of your in-play and currently readied wizards to perform an action to work towards the ultimate goal of being the first to store 6 oomph. There are 6 different actions that each of your wizard can perform. The first action you can take is the attack action. When you take the attack action, you deal damage to another wizard equal to your base power score plus any oomph tokens currently on the wizard card. As an example, if I were to attack with the Stone Wizard right now, I would deal 2 damage to another wizard, because that is the base power score of the Stone Wizard, and there are currently no oomph tokens on my wizard card. If I were to have 2 of these oomph tokens on my Stone Wizard, I would deal 4 damage if I were to take the attack action. Now, there are some additional rules that come into play when you are dealing damage to another wizard, but we will get into those in more detail after Zach has had a chance to get a couple of wizards in play. The second action you can perform is the defend action. When you perform the defend action, you add ward tokens equal to your base ward score to your wizard. So in this case, I would add 2 ward tokens to my stone wizard. The third action you can perform is the meditate action. When you perform the meditate action, you add a single oomph token from the shared pile to your wizard. The fourth action you can perform is the store oomph action. When you store oomph, you take all oomph tokens that are currently on your wizard and add them to your stored oomph pile. Remember, the ultimate goal of this game is to be the first player to store 6 oomph. Now, if there were multiple oomph on your stone wizard, you would add all oomph tokens that are currently on the wizard to your stored oomph pile. The fifth action you can perform is the use cantrip action. When you use your cantrip, you simply use the unique action as specified on the wizard card. In this case, this is the barricade action, which allows me to give 2 ward tokens to any other wizard. The final action you can perform is the use spell action, which, very similar to the cantrip, you use the action as specified on the spell card that is currently equipped to your wizard. For this turn, I'm going to use the defend action, so I'm just going to add 2 ward tokens to my stone wizard. Now, after your wizard has performed their action, make sure to exhaust them by turning them slightly to the side to make sure that you don't accidentally use the same wizard multiple times in a turn. Next, we will be moving into the power-up phase, where we add a number of oomph to our wizards equal to the face-up number on the oomph die. Again, that is currently 1 at the start of the game, and so I can add 1 oomph token from the shared pile to my wizards. Now, if the oomph token were, say, higher, at 3, and I had more wizards in play, I could be a little bit more creative, but for now, I'm just going to put my 1 oomph on my stone wizard. The sixth and final phase of my turn is the ready phase. During this phase, I simply return all of my wizards to their ready position to show that they are ready to perform an action on my next turn. I could also return a number of wizards from my graveyard to my hand equal to the number on the oomph die. Now, I currently don't have any wizards in my graveyard, but hypothetically, if there were 2, I would only be able to return 1 of them to my hand right now because the oomph die is currently set to 1. That brings us to the end of my turn, and now we're ready to jump into Zach's turn.
Alright, so I'm going to start my turn by drawing a spell card, and that is a Scorch. I'm happy with that, so I think that's going to change what I want to do. I'm going to play a Fire Wizard down ready. I'm going to play a Electric Wizard for the future, not ready, as my second one. And now I can equip a spell card, which will be that Scorch, and now I can proceed to use my Ready Wizard. So I'm going to use that Scorch to run that into the Stone Wizard, which says, Scorch, deal 5 damage to any one wizard. I'm going to do 5 damage here, 2 of which will be blocked by those wards he had in place, but 3 damage will go through. At the same time you deal damage, I get counterattacked by the wizard that I'm attacking, in this case with a counter value of 2, which is just the base power, not including any oomph on his wizard. So I'm taking 2 damage back right now, and that is all my active wizards. So I will grab my extra 1 oomph from the oomph die, and I'll put it on my guy who's got a little more health, and then I will ready up. And that was my whole turn.
Now, we're beginning my second turn. So as always, I'm going to start my turn by drawing a spell card. It's important to note that when you have drawn the last spell card in the pile, you increase the oomph die by 1, and then shuffle the spell discard pile into the new spell card pile. When the oomph die increases, I am suddenly getting 2 oomph at the end of my turn. I can return 2 wizards to my hand from my graveyard, and the game really starts to speed up as you use and go through the spell cards a lot more quickly. Again, we are just going to return it to 1 for now, but after we've drawn the last spell card, we will start ramping up the game speed quite a bit. After drawing my card, I am now ready to play wizards from my hand. Because this is no longer the first turn of the game, I can play 2 wizards, the first coming in ready and the second coming in exhausted, as we saw on Zach's last turn. So I'm going to play the Plant Wizard card ready and my Water Wizard card exhausted. Now I'm entering the equip phase, so I can equip the Rejuvenate spell, which is a plant spell, to the Plant Wizard that I just brought into play. And now I'm ready for the action phase once again. I'm going to use my Plant Wizard to restore, using the cantrip as specified here, to remove 2 damage tokens from my Stone Wizard. And now I can also use an action for my Stone Wizard because they are ready, and I'm going to use that action to store this oomph token. Now if you remember, the ultimate goal of the game is to be the first player to reach 6 oomph in your stored pile, so this was an important move to make, as I am now getting a little bit ahead of Zach here. Now that all of my wizards are exhausted, I move into the power-up phase. The oomph die is still at 1, so I'll take a single oomph token and place it on my Plant Wizard. After that, I'm into the ready phase, where I just ready up all of my exhausted wizards so that they are ready to perform an action on my next turn and pass it back to Zach.
So it's once again my turn, so I'm going to start by drawing a spell card. And now I've got a whole bunch, and I don't think I need all of these to conduct, so I'm going to trade 2 in and grab a new one to try to get one that I like. I got a couple good options for my electric wizard, but I think I'm going to first play my air wizard, and then I'm going to equip a drain spell onto him that I just got, and now I'll proceed with my turn. I'm going to start by draining this one off of the plant wizard. I'm going to, I think I'll scorch that water wizard. So I deal my 5 damage from Scorch, I get 2 damage back, and we're both going to die here. So my fire wizard goes to my graveyard, this spell is returned to the spell pile, the discard pile, and I still have my air wizard to use. I think my air wizard will just meditate, because now at the end of my turn, I get 1 oomph on there from the oomph die, and now I'm readying up and getting my fire wizard back from my graveyard. Now I've got 4 oomph for my guys, and I'm feeling pretty good against Lucas.
We will continue alternating turns like this until one of us has reached the goal of storing 6 oomph, naming us the ultimate Wizlord in space, at least until the next game. Now, we are going to play this game out and see how this ends, but for those of you just interested in getting to know how to play, you should now know most of the mechanics that you need to know in order to play your own game of Wizlords in Space, Cosmic Card-tastrophe. We do just want to say a quick thank you to our friends at Galaxy Gaming Gear for these amazing premium tokens that we've been using for this video. Alright, I am now going to scoop up my hand and keep these hidden from Zach for the remainder of the game here. So, starting back on my turn, I am going to draw a wizard card, or a spell card, I should say. And now I am in a bit of a pickle here. Zach has quite an advantage over me for now. But all is not lost. So, I'm going to play my fire wizard down, ready to go. No spells coming into play just yet. I am going to use my stone wizard to barricade up my fire wizard. Sorry, wrong tokens. To barricade up my fire wizard. Then I'm going to cast Rejuvenate to actually put my stone wizard into the graveyard and play another wizard card from my hand. I'm going to bring in the air wizard. The air wizard I am also going to shield up. And then my fire wizard is actually also going to shield up. So this gives me a big shield advantage. Before I ready all of my guys up, I do get my 1 oomph token, which I'm going to put on my fire wizard. And now I will pass it back to Zach after taking my stone wizard back to my hand.
I'm going to grab that spell card, and like we said, that will flip this to a 2 for the oomph die, and now Lucas can shuffle those spell cards. I've got some options here. I think I am going to play down Water Wizard with the nice freeze I just drew. And now I'm going to get going. I'm going to, for sure, store these 2 on my Air Wizard so he doesn't get too far ahead of me. I'm going to... I think I'm just going to... no, I'm going to attack. I'm going to take out his... if I don't start taking people out, I might be in trouble. No, I'm just going to store. Let's get going. Zoom. And then Water Wizard is going to cast Freeze, which is deal 2 damage to this wizard, then exhaust a wizard. And I'm going to exhaust his Fire Wizard because that is scary. I get my 2 oomph now, which one will go here, one will go here, and I'll ready them all up and pass it back to Lucas.
So, I'm going to draw a spell card as always. Now I am in a bit of a bind here, just because Zach has such a huge advantage in terms of stored oomph. But that doesn't mean I'm out of this just yet. So, what I think I'm going to do is play down the Suffocate spell on my Air Wizard. And now I am ready to start acting. So I'm going to use Suffocate to deal 3 damage to his Electric Wizard. Taking 2 back, which just removed the 2 tokens that I had placed on there earlier. And then I am going to use Rejuvenate to remove my Air Wizard from play and replace him with the Stone Wizard. Stone Wizard will then attack the Electric Wizard to destroy it, taking 2 damage back. And now all of my wizards are exhausted, so I will get the 2 oomph as specified by the oomph die. 1 going on, can you destroy that? 1 going on the Plant Wizard and 1 going on the Fire Wizard. I'll now ready all of them up, and then take back the 2 wizards that are currently in my graveyard, since the oomph die is now at 2.
Alright, grabbing my spell card. That doesn't really help me. And I think I'm going to trade these in, see if I can get something nice. Yeah. I think I will play my own... Yeah, I think I'll play my own Stone Wizard and give him that stone wall I just picked up. I'm going to take out his Stone Wizard with my Stone Wizard, so I don't take damage because I'm getting 2 shields from my stone wall and then doing 2 damage, so he remains unharmed. My Air Wizard is going to use the oomph on him, attack for 3, and I think I'll just take out his Plant Wizard. And I take the 2 back from that Plant Wizard. And then my Water Wizard is going to, I think, just meditate. No, my Water Wizard is shield up. I'm getting a little damaged there. So I ready these guys all up. Oh, I guess first I grab my 2 oomph, and let's put them on my Stone Wizard, because he is full health. I get my Electric Wizard back, and now it's Lucas again.
So I'm going to start by drawing a new spell card. And neither of these spells are really good for me, so I'm just going to discard those right now and draw another one, which is also not good for me. So that didn't quite work out the way I'd hoped, but we still got a turn going here. I'm going to start by playing down my Air Wizard ready and my Electric Wizard exhausted. With my Fire Wizard, I'm just going to attack your Stone Wizard to deal 5 damage to destroy him, taking 2 back in return. My Air Wizard is going to attack your Air Wizard to kill it while taking 2 damage in return. And that's the end of my turn there. So I will ready up all 3 of my wizards, take my 2 oomph, placing 1 on my electric and 1 more on my fire, and then getting both wizards back to my hand.
Alright, I'm going to draw my spell card. I think I will play my ready Plant Wizard and my not ready Electric Wizard. I'm going to restore to heal up my water. Oh, he's at 5. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna restore this, heal those 2 up. I'm gonna cast Freeze again, lose these 2 wards, freeze up that Fire Wizard, and grab my 2 oomph. Let's put 1 here and 1 here. Ready these guys all up, and grab 2 now back to my hand, so I've got all my wizards again.
So I'm going to start my turn by drawing a spell card, which is the last one. So the oomph die now increases to 3, and Zach can shuffle the spell cards for us. Now, while these spell cards are useful, they're just not the most useful for me at this moment. So I'm going to discard 2 of them and draw another one, getting exactly what I wanted, which was the Drain spell, which I'm going to equip to my Electric Wizard. I'm going to drain from... Actually, I'm going to drain from his Electric Wizard to power up mine a little bit more. And then I believe I'm just going to shield up my Air Wizard here by taking 2 shield tokens to get him ready to go.
You're on check again, man.
And I still get the 3 oomph from the die here. You can see how the game really speeds up quite quickly once the oomph die starts increasing. I'm going to put 1 more on my Electric Wizard, and then 2 on my Air Wizard.
Alright, now I need a good spell card. Yikes. Okay, I can't play new wizards down, so these guys don't help me right now. I think I'm going to equip this Wash Away instead of my Freeze, and then I'm going to play out my turn. I'm going to Wash Away, which is deal 1 damage to my Water Wizard, and then remove 2 tokens from any one wizard. That's just going to be 2 tokens from here. I'm going to run Electric Wizard into... Oh, no, they're all so strong. I think I'm just going to meditate. Grab an Oomph, and then I think I'm just going to ward this guy up for 3. Oh, he's still going to win if I don't deal with this. What am I doing?
And
Right.
Zach is a big goof.
I'm
We're
a
going to
big
let him
goof.
take his
Yeah,
turn
I'm
back so that
taking
he
his
doesn't lose here.
On the spot.
Because if he did that,
Yeah,
he
that
would
would
have
be a
lost
terrible
instantly.
decision. Okay, let's I think now that I have to just run these guys both into electric. Or no, let's do someone I can kill. So 5, yeah. So let's run. Oh, I'm cooked. This has been a long day of Wizlording. Yeah, I just have to trade these 2, so I'm going to attack here, and I'm going to take... Oh, I messed this up. 2 damage back.
So I would take 2 as well.
Plant
And
Wizard's
he
going to do
immediately
2.
attacks to deal the 4 health
What am I doing? Alright,
on my electric
we
wizard.
get our 3 oomph, and now I'm very squishy. But I am on check, so let's see what Lucas can do. Yikes.
Zach is in danger and is about to lose every single one of his wizards.
Oh, we can't count. You still win. Alright.
All right, yeah, Zach can't count, and I actually, before I even need to do anything, yeah, I can in fact win here. There was a way for Zach to come back,
There
but
was.
he did screw it up, as always. Said at the
Perfect
top of the game,
tutorial.
we all
Yeah.
knew that I was going to win.
Oh.
I'm going to start by playing my Stone Wizard. I'm just going to store. I am now at 6, and as always, I am the ultimate Wizlord.
Math is hard. I just draw pretty wizards. Counting to 6 is beyond my... Alright.
So, thank you for watching us play this out. That ended quite a bit quicker than we expected it to, simply because Zach made a little bit of a miscalculation on which wizard he destroyed at the end of his turn there. But, as you can see, I think the game's pretty good. That was fun regardless of the goofs that Zach made.
And we'll continue to make. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.